She was never supposed to be a Hollywood star. Jennifer Lawrence didn't grow up in Los Angeles. She didn't have famous parents or powerful connections. She was just a small-town girl from Indian Hills, Kentucky. Her dad worked in construction, her mom ran a children's camp, and she spent most of her childhood playing sports and goofing around with her two older brothers. Acting wasn't some lifelong dream she talked about every day. In fact, nobody really expected her to end up on movie screens around the world. But somehow, she did, and in the biggest way possible. Jennifer's life changed completely when she was only 14 years old. She was visiting New York with her mom when a talent scout noticed her. Unlike other hopefuls who take acting classes for years or beg for auditions, Jennifer didn't need any of that. She had something different. A raw energy, a natural presence that made people stop and watch. That one moment led to her getting signed by agents, and just like that, her life took a wild turn. Her family didn't waste time. They believed in her so much that they moved to Los Angeles to support her dream. It didn't take long for things to start happening. She landed a role on The Bill Engvall Show, a sitcom where her sharp comedic timing made her stand out. But that wasn't enough for her. Jennifer had bigger goals, and she didn't want to be boxed into just funny roles. She wanted real, emotional, challenging parts. And in 2010, she got exactly that. She played the lead in a small indie film called Winter's Bone, where she took on the role of a teenager trying to save her family from falling apart. Her performance was so powerful that it got her nominated for an Oscar at just 20 years old. That moment told the world she wasn't just another pretty face, she was a force in Hollywood. But nothing would prepare her for what came next. The Hunger Games made her a household name. As Katniss Everdeen, she became the face of a global phenomenon. The movies made billions, and Jennifer was suddenly everywhere: magazine covers, red carpets, interviews. Fans loved her for being real, funny, and completely unfiltered. But that same honesty also brought her trouble. Fame has a way of turning every little thing into a big deal, and Jennifer was now under a microscope. Who could forget the Oscars in 2013? She won Best Actress for her role in Silver Linings Playbook, but as she walked up the stairs to accept the award, she tripped on her dress. Most stars would have been mortified. Not Jennifer. She laughed it off and owned the moment. It made her even more relatable to fans. But while many found her clumsy charm endearing, others accused her of playing it up for attention. Some critics said she was trying too hard to be just like us, and questioned whether it was all an act. Then came a major turning point in 2014. Jennifer became one of the victims of a massive celebrity hacking scandal. Private photos of her were leaked online, sparking outrage and headlines across the world. Instead of staying silent, she called it what it was: a crime. She spoke out fiercely against the violation and demanded justice. The incident raised serious questions about digital safety and how women in the public eye are treated. Jennifer refused to be humiliated into silence and made it clear that her body, her privacy, and her dignity were not up for discussion. She's never been one to stay quiet, and sometimes that's gotten her into hot water. Her blunt honesty and edgy humor haven't always landed well. In one interview, she joked about scratching herself on sacred rocks while filming in Hawaii, a comment that led to backlash from indigenous communities. She later apologized, but the controversy followed her. Moments like these reminded people that being famous doesn't mean being perfect. Jennifer has made mistakes, and unlike others, she's faced them head-on. Still, her career kept climbing. She starred in massive hits like American Hustle, X-Men, and Joy. She was everywhere, and it looked like nothing could slow her down. But then, at the peak of her fame, she stepped away. In 2019, Jennifer married art dealer Cook Maroney and took a break from the spotlight. It shocked fans who were used to seeing her in back-to-back blockbusters. Some wondered if she was done with acting altogether. But Jennifer wasn't gone. In 2022, she made a quiet return with Causeway, a small film that didn't have the hype of her past projects, but showed a different side of her talent. It wasn't about box office numbers or red carpet moments. It was about storytelling and emotion. It reminded people why she stood out in the first place. She didn't need special effects or big franchises to make an impact. Just a good role and her raw, real performance. Her story isn't one of perfection. It's one of grit, talent, mistakes, and staying true to herself. From a teenage girl walking through New York to one of the biggest stars in the world, Jennifer Lawrence has lived a life full of twists, wins, and setbacks. She's had moments that made people cheer and moments that sparked outrage. But through it all, she never tried to be anything other than who she is. That's rare in Hollywood. And maybe that's why people can't stop watching her. If this story surprised you, or you've got your own thoughts on Jennifer Lawrence's wild rise, drop them in the comments. Hit the like button if you didn't expect half of this, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories just like this one. There's always more to come, and you won't want to miss what's next.